an option came record to the cloud. I need to choose that option. Now it
Okay.
started recording, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Okay, my bad. Okay, so I'm just saying, like, if anyone can confirm that, if you remember that in the Gemini or OpenAI, whatever the LLMs we talk about, that is generative AI, the baseline is a transformer, and in the transformer, which is the special keyword that we need to remember? Do you remember that word? Attention. The context, that is what the important keywords that you need to remember. Now there was a open-ended question on that day, someone have asked, right, during the evaluation of the gen AI. Before I show to that slide, anyone have gone through that understanding that while I'm saying that earlier rule based is has been changed to machine learning based, and machine learning based changed to deep learning based, and deep learning based changed to transformers, and then transformers to generative AI. Are the old systems are obsolete? Answer is no. I told still today the old systems are very well established. That is definitely be there. That is so stable. That is so robust as well in its own field. But still, something extra has appeared. Something extra need to be attended by that particular application, by that particular solution, whatever you are wishing to develop for your client or for your own also, whatever it may be the case, it has come. So anyone from this team can explain? I told on that day, like, the first thing first, we need to get a just 1 minute review. If anyone want to say, like, in this case I feel this is needed, and that is why that came ml that is not well performing, go to deep learning not well performing, going to transformer, and transformer it's okay, but if you need a sophisticated way to view the result, let us move on to the generative AI. Anyone can give a quick example, whatever your thought process? Anyone from this team?
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, it depends on like what type of output you are expecting, what type of query like you are giving. Like, let us say if it is something which does not require any deep learning. Let us say if you are searching for maybe some details like the capital of India, or some basic details which are like by default comes up. In such
Mm,
cases, you don't need any like advanced
mm,
LLMs
mm,
for performing
mm,
such activities, right?
mm,
Similarly, if you were like going for some complex activities, where let us say if you were predicting some stock related item, where you
mm.
need to understand more details and you need to get into deeper, maybe you need some better models.
Got it. Fantastic. So yeah, we no need to waste the time on that part. So I've given these examples. You will go through it. Rule-based machine learning, deep learning, transformer, generative AI. With some examples, I want to say showcase here. Say for example, and an example like a credit card fraud detection. If I have to detect like the credit card is fraud or not, here the patterns can be changed faster. Here the patterns might not be detected or earlier known to me. If a new kind of a credit card, new nature of the credit card is coming, my rule-based system might fail. So I'm saying, like, where rule-based system failed here, and why machine learning is emerged, because I need to learn from the behavior. So learning part, whenever it will be coming from there onwards, the AI injection is started. Rule-based is purely on the automation, but still where the rule-based will work better, rule based can work better, as you mentioned very correctly. Rules are defined cases, like a must be happening. There is an something, a rules are already established, right? Say for example, tax calculation system. When we call a tax calculation system, don't you see, like, the tax will behave abruptly even if you are providing a new salary? No, the guidelines are known, the rules are known. It is something 12% go to X bucket, Y percent will be go to this bucket, whatever 10% for your HRA allowance, whatever is there, that is something still rule based. So I do not have to extra doing such things, like I need to put some intelligence over there, I need to learn from this one. No, that is not required. So you are right that there are predefined use cases, of their rules are there, well established guidelines are available, then go ahead with the rule based system. But where credit card fraudulent detection, I don't know the nature of the credit card, new kind of credit card, how it is going to handle, what is the customer behavior, on which basis I need to take an decision. That time the learning is required. So machine learning. Now when you machine learning comes into the picture, the basic machine learning and the machine learning which is completely depends on the experimental way. Say for example, self-driving car. Here you can see like the features of this entire automobile engineering is complex pattern. It is not so easy to understand, it is not so predict easily. That means you need to go through 360-degree view of the each feature and take a decision that my car should go to the right lane or wrong lane. So that is what the self-driving car utilizes, a deep learning concept. But where machine learning will work better, like a loan approval prediction system. Like I have given a lot of data to you, it talks about different customers data, and like on this particular parameters or this particular the grading of that particular persona, I can offer a loan to the candidate. The credit or civil score is good enough that I can offer a loan to the candidate, or I should discard the loan. So loan sanctioning can be done through machine learning. Coming to the deep learning, if we want to translate something, now it is a new area. I am able to now run this self-driving car, but when I am going for a translating little bit of NLP oriented complex task, then there is something called a model recurrence neural network, long-term, short-term memory, those kind of deep learning. We are not going through these classes. That there are certain deep learning. Just remember in this way, there are certain deep learning, system which will struggles with their long range, the context retention. That means where there is a context is important rather than the pattern to identify. Again, I'm repeating, context is important rather than pattern to identify. Deep learning miserably fails, and that is the reason that Google, basically who is the pioneer for that, come up with the concept of transformer. But where still this RNN LSTM, that means the deep learning is working best, say for real-time sensor data broadcasting, like something like whatever we see in the self-driving car, ADAS, ACAS, deep learning works better. Coming to the transformers was going good. As I already told, generative AI is built on the transformer. But still, why generative AI comes into the picture? Now if I go for translate, if I go, that is the easiest way that the transformer starts with. But then when we talk about something to be generated, something to be create or assume new words and then make a complete sentence, make a complete paragraph, try to code completely whatever the requirement you are talking about, then like what is going to happen. It was not something like a single simple task of generating something. It is required a separate fine tuning of the past task, whatever that you have done from the earlier, and according to that part task also you have to do that particular action. So generative AI has emerged. One model can handle multiple diverse activity. It is not only text summarization. It can also generate, same model can also generate the poem. Same model can generate the code. Same model can generate a audio speech. I'm not talking about audio, the audio file, not MP3. I'm talking about the audio speech. Same model can generate a video speech. So many things. Same model can now work as something like, generating some bill. Same model can generate some paragraph for you. So whatever the way that model is now diversified with the range of context window is getting huge, and with respect to that it can generate multiple things. But still, are we not using transformer? Yes, we are using transformer is the best use case in the transformer, like in Twitter sentiment analysis cases. There are several comments in the tweeters are there, and you want to establish and saying that is the comment is a positive, is the comment is a negative sense, or is the comment is a neutral sense. Those kind of things like a sentiment analysis translator also, transformer is getting used, right? But generative AI, that's it. Where are we now? If you want to have a complete sophisticated way of basically to the documentation, basically to the content generation part, then generative AI is your future. Okay, there are so many stages that we have seen. Rule based system cannot create a complete document structure for you. Even a traditional ML cannot generate something like whatever you thought about a business document, a test case document, your code. That cannot be possible to generate. Think through. Is it possible? No, it was not there. Otherwise, we cannot have appeared to the chat GPT and take the help for generating your code. CNN or RNN, these are the deep learning model. Don't go with the terms now. Deep learning models are task specific, not multi-domain create. Like they do not have a knowledge of multi-domain. Same GPT, chat GPT, if you go, you are asking a simple questions, say for example, related to telecom. And again, at the same time, you're asking on the same instance, you are asking something related to business. Same times you're asking for technology. It is able to answer. It has a huge data set background, like it is backed by that huge database, and then you are getting a proper articulated answer. You are getting fascinated with the responses. CNN, RNN, we could not imagine that. And basic transformer, as I told, it is a narrow NLP objective. That is what a transformer is still capable to handle whatever generative AI today, whatever we are seeing, because that is the base. But it was a narrow NLP oriented task it was doing, and now it is a completely wide oriented, whatever the task or multi diversified task across the domains, whatever the task you want to execute, generative AI is producing. So with that, that was the recap. Like rule based, no learning was there. Machine learning, name itself, learning is there. So from the learning, the pattern we are doing this. Deep learning, again, further learning for the complex pattern to identify. Transformer, it is something you are getting the point that it is going to transform now something whatever I cannot translate. I am talking in Hindi and I want to translate something in Japanese. It was not at all possible during the time the deep learning was emerging. Then we are talking about, okay, this is a simple narrow task for translation, or might be predicting a new word. That is a very narrow NLP. But if I want to generate a complete sentence, if I generate a complete paragraph, 10 pages document, 15 pages document, then you need to go ahead with the generative AI. So that was the journey or the evaluation of this, how generative AI comes into the picture. I hope everyone got it right. There is any confusion yet? No, right? Everyone has understood?
Yeah, Mahesh.
Yes,
Great.
Mahesh.
The important part is now the transformer. That is why the today's session starts with. I will talk about a smart project manager, because transformer is one of the critical area. Lot of interviews are getting, falls into this. I have told at the beginning that transformer is the area where every interviews how senior you are, how junior you are, which role you are going into. This one, the transformer is something that you should have a grip. In the free sessions of this GenAI courses, we will give you a blueprint to understand like how transformer it is, and then you should understand like how you can able to answer some of the queries very easily. So let us start with transformer is nothing but a smart project manager. Like in your organization, there are managers, but there are certain smart project manager is there. Say, for example, this is your smart project manager. Okay, what it does, like when he enters a room, like where we people are sitting in a room and our smart project manager enters into the room, we were discussing something, we need to discuss with our manager also for something very, what I can say, some any topic which needs to be attended by our manager, by our peers as well. So what he sees, like when he go into the room, the team suppose is a discussion, and that means the manager, the smart manager, is not always talking, right? The very first thing, he listens, he try to understand, and then give a response. It's a very simple task. I hope everyone is getting the point. A smart project manager is not always like, drive the show immediately. No, he first listen, he try to understand that what is the pain point or pain areas like the team is struggling, where I need to contribute, and I could give a response in a summary or conclude or whatever. Now, if you can think in this particular scenario, a complete list of items or tasks that a smart project manager, not a sim again I'm saying not a simple manager, I'm talking about a smart project manager does. if you can drill down the work breakdown structure of the smart project manager, then you will understand transformer very easily. How? Let us see the journey. It is a very easiest way to learn this topic. Converting speech into notes, numbering meeting agenda. These two items, when I am saying, what is your thought process? Can anyone tell me just one sentence? Converting speech into notes, numbering meeting agenda. If these 2 points which I have written here, what do you mean? What smart project manager is doing? Anyone? Quickly. Hello, hello, hello.
Mahesh, probably like once the discussion is done, it would be like prioritizing the meeting agenda, like what is important and what
Correct.
is.
Correct. Your thought process is correct, but you go in a reverse way. That is why he's a smart project manager. He set the agenda first. Okay, that numbering position the agenda like, okay, this is my first priority to discuss now, this is the second priority to discuss now, not at the last. Very good. Good thought, but you are getting my point. Why is a smart project manager? He's not going to the reverse order. Reverse is this, that he is now converting the speech into notes. Might be sometimes he carries something, or might be he is using a whiteboard. Some of the managers who is something, start everything to put, taking a chalk and duster and put it, taking a whiteboard marker and put the pointers, right? Or asking someone, can you please take a note of this, whatever we are discussing now? So he set that agenda first. Are you getting my point, what I'm saying? Please take whatever that each person is saying or each topic we are discussing, take a note. And you also position the number, like this is my agenda. First I will solve this problem, second I'll solve this problem, third we will, not I as a, we as a team members will solve this problem. Are you getting my point? First point is clear. Speech into notes and taking the meeting agenda. Next, now this is parallelly I want to showcase in an input side which is called encoder. Encoder is nothing but where I have to, there is something called decode and encode. What is machine can understand, right? It's getting encode, and whatever machine can give an output can be decode. On a machine perspective also that can be vice versa. So think in this way, at an input to the transformer system, the first one is called input embeddings, and second one is called positional encoding. Again, I'm repeating. First one is called, what is that called? Input embedding. Second one is called positional encoding. Okay, means I have to convert something into notes is called input embedding. See, here notes is nothing but the number. Text is converted into number. Remember, embedding means converting a text into number. That is automatically done. I know this will be a bit difficult for you all, but try to understand and take some notes immediately. Take some pen and paper along with you if in front of you it is there, because this is one of the high intensive session today to understand the transformer very well, and prompt also. So first of all, you take a note saying that input embedding means I am just putting a text, whatever the text I am inserting into the transformer, it will be converted into number. Are you with me? This is done.
Yes, Mahesh.
Okay, positional encoding means, suppose I say I love biryani. Okay, can I say biryani love I? Are you okay if I speak in this way? Will you accept my conversation? Biryani
No,
love I,
no.
Mahesh, teacher, this candidate come. Do you live like this? No. What do you need? You need the correct position of that particular, whatever parts of speech I'm using. I'm just going deeper into the linguistic part. You need that position correct, isn't it? Are you getting my point? What I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Please be interactive. Okay, listen very
Yes.
carefully, because this is something you need to grip. Once you grip it, it is a cakewalk for you. Okay, great. Let us go to the next item. Now, understanding team discussion round. So this is something, as I told, the listening part is there. He puts the agenda. Now, understanding team discussion rounds. See, like whatever the things I'm saying here. Team members cross-check statements. That means what? Can anyone tell me quickly? Team members cross-check statements means?
Taking the opinion from
Very good.
team member.
Fantastic. Done. Done. Keyword understood. Opinion. That we need not to, be biased. We need to be saying like, okay, the opinion matters. Cross team members have some different opinions. Good points are coming. Good keywords are coming. Then keep original notes plus stabilized discussion all the time. The manager work is not like always give the actual work or actual work he will be doing. He is just control the things. Hey, the topic is going out of this table center, let us bring the topic into the center of the table. That is why he is going to stabilize. Okay, keeping original notes means what? The notes are already taken, which are put into the agenda. So I should not divert from agenda topic one. Suppose I am discussing taking multiple team members' statements, and then I am the one who will not make that discussion go out of the box. I should go in and around to the original topic and stabilize it. Getting my point? Unnecessary conversation I need to discard. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Then individual deep thinking. Manager is the one who want to also a bit biased. That is the one like what, and that is important. I'll tell you, out of 10 members whoever is speaking, if you have seen the nature of the person of the manager, smart project manager, he give an equal opportunity at the beginning. Then out of this, whose particular statements have some weightage, give some importance. Individual deep thinking, he's now correlating to the deep thinking of that person and saying, okay, oh Raman, could you please tell me what you just mentioned now? Yeah, this is going to help us. You have seen like the way I'm talking, the same way the manager behaves. If you can resemble, even though I am the best speaker in the room, but he is giving attention to someone else, which looks like he is very close to the original discussion. Whatever the outcome manager expecting, that person is speaking on that direction, right? He just bringing, like, as from you all, one of you have just now told, multiple people's opinions are getting considered. Did I extend the discussion, or should I, for what I did, I immediately mentioned done. Opinion, that is the keyword I need. Cross team member conversation, and then try to find out the best opinion out of it. The best opinion is nothing but individual deep thinking. I'm just praising, I'm just thinking. Then combine all such deep thinking, individual, as I told, maybe one person, maybe multiple person, deep thinking together with the original. So I am just putting all this thinking together to the original to solve the bigger agenda that what I put on the whiteboard. Are you getting my point? So understanding team discussion round, that I am going deeper to understanding part of the team discussion, is an important area to go with. Okay. Let us see in transformer, same thing, how I can realize. That is the one. Multi-head self-attention. With this term, if I say at the beginning, you will be lost. That means what? Whenever a particular statement is given to the transformer, it is try to get an understanding that what are the different areas that I need to give a context. Say for example, I told, I love biryani very much. In this word, tell me out of all entire this sentence, what are the important things is there? Is I is very important? No. If you give an weightage, I means I am speaking, so that is known fact. I am speaking. Love biryani. Now biryani is there. Okay, biryani is that object, subject, predicate. But the word which I'm talking about, love, right? That gives me an attention. That gives me, okay, this person looks like he is liking that particular food. So that is called multi-head self-attention. There are multiple heads, multiple tokens are there, out of which token I need to pick from that one, which gives me attention and give the ranking, basically ranking of the word. I is okay, but the main context is love. Main context is the food. Main context is that loving biryani together. Main context might be two set words together. Those are going to happen inside this building block of transformer. So that is a multi-head attention. Second one, you can see add and normalization. That means what? Add normalization means what? The word normalization, whenever we are talking about, always remember In machine learning AI, normalization means cleaning, pre-processing, removing noise. Remember, cleaning, pre-processing, removing noise. CPN, cleaning, pre-processing, removing noise. Okay, that something is going to be done. That means what? Same thing like stabilize the discussion. I should not take any jargons. If I have a entire big sentences out of it, I do not have to say I love biryani very much. Oh wow, that day it was there. I could remember, but I love biryani till today. There are so many XYZ sentences I'm talking about, right? I need to normalize this. I need to ensure that the topic is not getting diverted, and I want to know that what is the best outcome of this particular statement. That is your normalization. Feed forward network. If the term itself says you are feeding something in a network means in a system of thinking points which is there in the transformer, and forward the discussion. Okay, you is you. Biryani you want, but you love, right? Let us continue the discussion. What next? I love biryani with something. Now the next word I'm going to generate, with salad, with something XYZ. Getting my point? So that means the discussion is going to be related to the upcoming topic. Discussion is going to be related to the upcoming topic, or taking a decision whether I should continue, whether I should stop this discussion and go to the agenda number 2. That is the way the conversation, the discussion, the agenda will be forwarding. It is not stopping. And again, while forwarding this one, many times it has been seen that I love biryani because of, there is something X that doesn't make any sense. So then also the manager comes into the picture, that combine deep thinking with original. That last word, what I mentioned, combining those deep thinking, combining those particular weightage words with original means again there is a sense of normalization needed. Again, I'm repeating. First of all, team members cross-check statements. That means multiple words have multiple tokens, have multiple weightage. So I need to give some attention. Number two, keep original notes plus stabilize discussion. By doing this, might be there are certain tokens identified which does not carry the same intent that the other words or other tokens carry. So I need to discard some of them. I need to take some of them. That is what the normalization. Individual deep thinking. There are multiple decisions point have come. I need to combine them together. That is why I need to continue the discussion. I need to continue for the next iteration. Feed forward network. That is the way in a neural network it works, that it will continue that particular learning and go ahead, learning and go ahead. So it is not stopping there. And finally, again, that noise should not, I do not, ultimately, I do not need a noise. I need a combined things which are very close to the original. The manager also does this. Okay, I have Raman's opinion, I have Priyanka's opinion, I have Somen's opinion, and then I combine them together and make sure out of these unnecessary things I will remove. The main part I will put it for the agenda to continue, or agenda discussion to continue. Up to this, if you have understood, go ahead and rush yes in the chat, and someone can mention yes in the call. Then I'll understand, like, okay, you are following me.
Yeah, Mahesh.
Again, I'm saying it is not a very easy topic. Nowhere else you will find out the easiest way that you can learn and go ahead and get a grip of transformer. I try to get a analogy that how a smart project manager concept that you can learn, and then the right side, which is some big words are there, you need to understand very well. Again, I'll repeat that in the next slide. It will be very easy. Then next time you will be telling me rather than I am saying. Are you getting? Yes or no, team? Quickly.
Yeah, Mahesh, we are following.
Very good. Very good.
Mahesh,
Now, yeah, go ahead.
how do you handle the sarcastic scenarios in this way?
Yeah, so that is what I'm saying. No, that is why the normalization comes into the picture. If suppose a sarcasm is there and this sarcasm doesn't add any value to the agenda discussion, what I have to do? You will be in. The manager is in into the discussion. Suppose you pass a joke. Suppose you pass something, a metaphor in the discussion. The manager will attend this, right? But will he consider this as an input to this meeting notes? Answer is no, right? It will not. That is what that normalization comes into the picture. So
No,
normalization
no.
is nothing but the
I'm
finding.
I'm talking like if if a team member says like
Mhm.
for this particular task I was scrutined or I work
Hmm.
late
Hmm.
nights and
Hmm.
I love this in a
Hmm.
sarcasm way. Then
Correct.
how the inputs would be?
Correct. Yeah, thank you so much.
Something,
As a
something
project manager, what they could say, what you have realized. Oh, great! Yeah, I understood. Yeah, I have a full empathy on you. I know that the toughest part, the toughest thing that you have seen over. But at the end goal of the agenda is, by end of the day, whatever be the hard toil you have provided, the end of the day, the particular project has been owned, deal has been owned, things has been stabilized. So enjoy that one. I will definitely see some compensation out of it. Definitely you are there. I should remember in our next iteration. But will that things will go into the agenda? No. Meeting notes? No. He will keep in mind for his your own benefit appraisal. That is a different topic. But this meeting is all about the clients. Suppose winning a deal, or suppose thinking like what are the next course of action I need to take. So all these are part of making the things normalize. He will try to make sure, yes boss, I totally admit the way that you have delivered, the way that you have supported on the weekends, whatever the ways I can understand. Even the sarcasms also manager handles very well, and that's a very good part you told. But will it add any essence or value to that particular meeting? That is what we are discussing. So don't go into that the diversification. Like there could be n number of topics, as I told. Direct resemblance to the machine way of thinking and this way of thinking is very difficult. I just try to put the analogy that I am not, my main target is I am not going to out of the context, and my main analogy is I'm talking about here the manager, when the smart manager when enters the room, try to listen that whatever the candidates are talking about for this meeting, putting the agenda very clear, give the response at the end, like what is the summary, what we are going to do, what is our next course of action, which is not known to by the individual team members there. Manager will talk about at the end, okay, this is our agenda, these are the things we are going to touch upon. That is what the entire activity. And then right side in parallel I am showing what are the things are going on. Is it clear now? So your part is still under the normalization, but putting a value to the meeting notes and saying that this is something related to, the client should be aware of, that these are my course of action, these are my understanding or retrospective from this meeting, is not going to go there. Internal matters, whatever the candidate has supported of all these things, will an one-to-one mail or might be to his project manager or his line manager need to be informed that this person has done an excellent job, let us promote him for the next cycle, let us give a appreciation. Are you getting my point? Compensation of that is a different topic, but actual client need to get an output from this particular meeting is not going to that part. Are you getting my point what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. Thank
Very
you.
good.
Thank you,
Yes,
Mahesh.
fantastic. Now converting drafted reply into vectors. Now the next item, converting drafted reply into vectors, numbering reply sentences. Now here, though the terminology looks like very odd, but you are also doing the same thing. Converting drafted reply into vectors. Do you know what is the definition of vector? Can anybody tell me? Anybody? That is what
Collection
I
of
purposely I
objects.
put this value. Yes.
Collection of objects.
That is okay. Programmatically, that part I'm not talking about. I'm going to the vector that you have already learned in your 11, 12. Many
Okay,
of you.
then bag of things.
Is it?
In
No.
layman terms, bag of
Okay. 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 You are still going to that direction only. I'm talking about if in a vector, when we talk about there is something, a quantity which has,
Cognitively
data
moved.
and magnitude.
Directions.
Direction is there, magnitude is there, correct? So that is what smart manager, whenever they are there, they not only just give a quality statement, they also quantify it and address to the proper people. You have seen that notes that Smart Manager put nowadays @Vishal. This is for this particular task is offered to you, and we are expecting to be closed by n number of days. Are you not getting this kind of a statement? Tell me.
Yeah,
You
tagging.
are
Yeah.
getting, right? You are getting, and I am also getting. So this is something is not only to direct to the particular person, is also providing the value or quantifying it, right? So converting drafted reply into the vectors. Okay. And numbering reply sentences means what? Is it something like @Vishal need to address a point which might be required at the nth position first? Before that, there are three more agendas that need to be responded back. Those persons will be highlighted first. Do you think the Bishal's part will come up? I'm talking about, say, for example, in a scenario where Bishal need to give a testing result. But A and B, that other two resources, maybe take it Aman and Bishwal, they need to develop something first. They need to integrate something first and give a response back in 2 days. And on the fifth day, I'm asking for Bishal. Do you think the Bishal pointers will come at the beginning, or Aman and Bishwal's point will go at the beginning? There is a chronology, right? There is a smart project management move that whom to be addressed first, whom to be directed first. Again, that numbering is coming. Are you getting my point? The way that agenda I was capturing at the beginning, the way, again, I'm repeating, the way that agenda I was capturing in the beginning, it was not haphazard. It has some chronology. First, I want to address this agenda. Second, I want to address this agenda. For this, there was a common block. What is that block? Positional encoding. Do you remember? Positional encoding was the one which is actually numbering this one. I love biryani. I told, right? Love I biryani. We are not going to talk about. I need to address, I need to say I love biryani to make sure that which comes first, which comes next. Are you getting my point, team? Hello, hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
Mahesh.
yes, Mahesh.
Same thing. Reply also. My first agenda to be thoroughly discussed with the keynotes. My second agenda also. Now I am capturing all the result. Understanding part is going through, and now I have to create a drafted response and give it to the client. So I have to convert drafted reply into vectors to address the people, to give the quantification of something. That means, again, when the numbering and all this I'm talking about, if a text is there, I convert into number. I told the process name is called, when a text is converted into numbers, is called
Embedding.
very good. Let's see. You are the master now. You understood. Output embedding, positional encoding. Did I change anything here? No, right? It's the output phase. Input phase is that, but output phase is also there. Positioning. Yes, I cannot come. Bisal's topic, whichever I discussed, will come first. It will go later. After that, Aman's and Visual's case is resolved. So same thing. Now I am doing this. This is the first one. So it is a template. So template is created. Now within the template, how I can fill, how I can articulate the things. So I have encoded something. Same way, what I have to do. What is the opposite word of encode? Can anyone talk about me? What is the opposite word of encode?
Code.
Decode,
Decode.
decode.
Very good. Very good. Decode. Encode is the one, then decode is another one. Encode means your understanding. Decode means is your outcome. Let's see how it occurs. See, this is the one of the major block, and many LLM, how strong it is. Encoding, many of the LLM is doing today, but LLM to decode, the block of decoding have lot of things. And that is why manager is getting smarter to smarter, differentiate from one manager to one manager, another manager comes here. How? You see this one. Just go through it. Response writing team discussions, right? Evaluate only past statements. That means what? What do you mean by this statement? Evaluate only past statements. Why? Why he is not considering right now whatever I discussed, but he mentioned no, I first evaluate only the past statements. Why? Because before responding, he might have seen the last mail from the client saying that I didn't get your output, I am looking for something from you. So he has to evaluate the past statement. No other things, no other, going through XYZ journey. He just only evaluate the past statements. Whatever has come from the multiple people need to be attended. So this is the first agenda he's always keep in mind. Whether he is abruptly saying to you or not, that is up to him or her. But evaluation on the past statements is a mandatory action. But is this enough? No. Everywhere there is a sense of stabilizing. Stabilize the draft discussion. That means now whatever the discussion you are doing, I need to draft it. The discussion need to be stabilized. It should not be out of context, which is the normalization part. Again, the moment you will see the word called stabilizing, moment you can see the fine tuning, always remember in transformer it is called the add and normalization. That means there should not be no noise. Pre-processing need to be done, and I need to make sure that CPN, right? There should be cleaning the data, pre-processing the data, and removing the noise. Refer back to the original proposal. Now, past statement I evaluated, I normalize the discussion, whatever is coming out, the discussion point. I refer back to the original proposal means what? The encoding part need to be addressed. Refer back to the original proposal means I definitely have to look back whatever has encoded. Definitely have to look back what are the agenda I have set at the beginning. Then march proposal insights carefully. So from the past statements I also need to address. Whenever you are responding to a mail, basically a response I'm talking about, you consider that whatever the past statements are there, I need to nullify them. There might be client have raised some issue, I need to nullify them, saying these are the pointers we have taken, these are the mitigation plans I have taken. And also merging the proposal means now currently whatever the action items I am saying, like I am mitigated, but how and what are my next course of action, that also need to be mentioned. That is why march proposal insights carefully. Final refinement thinking. Again, the refinement thinking is coming means what? Is it something like, are you going to stop something? No, you are continuing the discussion. You are saying my next course of action is this. And you also stabilize. Stabilize means, again, as you know, that is something related to your add and normalization. So again, marks multi-head self-attention. Do you see there is a little bit dissimilarity in the encoder block and decoder block in the multi-head self-attention? What is that? What is that? Multi-head self-attention, there is a dissimilarity in encoder block and decoder block. What is that?
It is masked, is it?
Correct. Marks means what? The smart project manager has an elephant view. He knows what is happening in the other discussion. He do not want his or her team to feel that pressure, that whatever he has learned from the earlier discussion from his boss or whatever, that is what he's the smartest one. He evaluate the past statements. He understood from the other meeting that this is something need to be addressed in this current meeting. So attention is there, but it is masked. He is not explaining each and every item. Boss, we went wrong because of this. We may, lose the deal. If that particular vibe he wants to bring in that meeting, the meeting agenda cannot be discussed properly. Everybody will try to saying defend themselves that I am done the right thing, might be this person have done the worst thing, might be we lost this particular proposal because of XYZ. That is not required. A smart project manager consumed that pressure, understood that there is something I need to attend from the past proposals. I need to evaluate only those statements and address immediately as early as possible with the new insight. So this is why this is called masked multi-head self-attention. From several managers, several other leaders in the industry, he whatever he got that insight, he has masked it. But he definitely have to continue with that. Normalize is okay. Again, different opinions are coming, but out of which opinions I need to consider, which are the past statements I need to consider, which are the past statements I need not to attend right now, ignore it. That is what normalization done. Cross attention. Now here is coming. Cross means what? From the past statements, whatever he knows, he consumed, and from the current discussion in that room, whatever the people are discussing, the team members are discussing, he need to go across. That means that this is something called cross attention, is also called encoder decoder attention. That means encoder side whatever has come, decoder side whatever the mark statement have already come, I need to find a cross between them. And then I try to find a relationship or correlate from the past statement and to the new things, whatever is going to happen. And then I add the normalization, which is something same. Feed forward network, I should continue because end of the day, I have to establish a new course of action item. So I cross it. I understood the insight. Insight is everything done, but my discussion is not going to end. I have to feed forward network means I have to pass it on to the next block saying that boss, this is your inference. These are the things available. Please generate your outcome, whatever the meeting's synopsis or whatever the meeting next course of action is there. And finally, add and normalization, which is again, so you can see here, there is a very important question asked. So if I ask you from this particular picture, how many times I need to clean, pre-process and remove the noise in decoding in transformer? How many times? Can anyone answer this? I have to clean the data, I have to pre-process the data, I have to remove the noise. How many times basically is important or generally transformer does in decoding stage? How many times? Clean, pre-process, removing noise means what? What the term I used for cleaning, pre-processing and removing the noise? No one is getting. No. I told right, CPN, cleaning, pre-processing and removing noise means I have to normalize the data. Again, I'm saying you are not taking the notes hopefully. Normalize means cleaning, pre-processing and removing the noise. Okay. I need to normalize the data 3 times. Instead of that, the interviewer may ask you like how many times you need to cleaning, pre-processing and normalize the data in a transformer, then in a decoder, then it is 3 times, in a transformer then it is 5 times, because encoder also 2 times is there, isn't it? Are you getting my point? Encoding side you have 2 times pre-processing, cleaning and removing noise. In decoding side you have 3 times that cleaning, pre-processing and removing noise. Are you getting my point what I'm saying?
Yeah, but why it is like that? Why it is fixed like that, Mahesh? Is there any logic behind
No,
that?
not fixed. This works well. This is experimental. Google researchers like the when the day it was get published, right? It creates a era basically. Basically, when the Google side the engineers put this particular paper, it came as a white paper initially. It creates an era. There are a lot of research work has come into the picture and seen that these are the slabs whenever that normalization is going to be applied, the results are coming up more sophisticated. It's an experimental value. Are you getting
Okay.
my point?
Yeah.
It is
Is it
something
like
they tried, and they found this is the best result coming out. And this is the truth now.
okay? Is it like when I ask something either in Google or ChatGPT, it filters the data three
Yes.
times. Right? First time it creates some content, then
Yes.
again it will remove all whatever unnecessary.
Yes.
Again it will
Yes.
understand, and again it will do second level of removal, and then third it will do, and
Correct.
finally it gives the output to it.
Exactly, you are right. Exactly. Very good thought. I think you should get a clap from everyone. It's a very fantastic thought. You are right. It comes from the series only. Whatever you put is an input encoding, that is the encoder. Your numbering of the word, your word first will be converted to number. Then your position of that word, giving some weightage into that one. Then your encoding block self multi self attention from your particular statement, what is understood, what is not understood, which are the words I need to give and weightage that need to be done, normalize it. Then it will continue the understanding, right? Okay, I need to produce what, that is what it is again normalized. Then when it identified, okay, this is the input is all about, then it go to the output stage. Then the output stage, when they start generating that output, this is some, and again I'm saying that above one and the below one, the blue red and this yellow purple are the encoder block, and the decoder block are the ones which will be n times repeating. Okay, it is not like encoder block only one time it is going there. No, multiple times it will repeat, and finally it will give and pass it to the output block. Multiple times it will repeat, and finally from the output block it will go directly to the final block, which is nothing but convert internal thought into actual comments, That is what generally people do, either to put a comment, put a note, or whatever they can do it, a smart project manager, and choose most probable next action item. So these are the two areas which does by linear layer, and softmax that does the almost the same thing. It will predict the new word. It will try to understand what is the new word, new sentence, new phrases I need to produce or generate. And then softmax is nothing but a simply kind of think about in a launch, that whatever the course of action you are talking about, it need to be launched by this particular block. So you are
But
right, absolutely right. Yeah,
Mahesh,
right.
but when we see ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok or whatever it is, these are all giving streaming output, not the it is not waiting for the end result and giving. It is
Correct,
giving a streaming output.
correct.
If it is processing all these things, is it giving the last stage as a streaming output, or it gives from the first stage itself as a streaming output? How it would
Very
be?
good. Yes, the immediately that the second slide you will get it. The immediately it will get something upcoming, right? The weightage has come, like what is the first sentences or first word in the weightage, it will come. It will automatically go and type it and print it. It will not stop that the entire things is closed and then it will be done. And also it depends on the performances. Like they are using the most sophisticated GPU, which actually you do not feel like a time is taking, right? But generally, if you're going to build your own transformer programmatically, you might have, or if you have already experienced, someone of you have already seen how slow it is. It is not that much fast to give the responses and whatever you're seeing as a streaming. Streaming is happening due to two things. Just remember in this way, they have a very strong GPU to manage the data and get the output. Backend, this is all happening in the backend. But you are right, as you are seeing a streaming output means the moment the most predicted new word or things are available, it gets printed over there immediately. It is not going into the round robin logic. Okay, so it will be streaming. The first word I predict, streaming. Second word I predict, it is getting into stream, and then go on and on. As you mentioned, let me show you this thing before I go to this block. This is what I'm going to talk about. Okay, so if you can see, I have a sentence I have given called I love cats, and I want it to be converted as I told, transformer is a very good in translating. I want my target sentence jme les sats means this is in French. The same thing, are you getting my point? The same thing, I need to get an output from it. Now you think in this here, input embeddings means that each of these tokens have the numbering that I told, the numbering vectors which has happened. Machine can understand this. Then the position, am seeing like I should get into the first position. As we know, love gets in the second position, cat get in the third position. If we jumble here and there, the positioning will not make any sense to the sentence. Then I have to put a context aware. What is the context of it? Is it something I eat cats, or I here beat cats? No, it is something like I love cats. So love is the context, and subject I and object cats are related to it, very much related to it. Stabilizing, combine them, stabilize values. If there is any other extra sentence, I love cats often, I do love cats, whatever is say, they can remove some things also. But I'm just giving an attention like what is actually going inside. Then feed forward, refine contextual representation. That means the entire sentence I love cats is still there. This is a very simple sentence, so that you don't need to worry much. Encoder memory, now deep contextual understanding is there. Means it understand it understand the attention word love, and it understand that it is related to the object called cats. Now if you go to the right side below, don't go from the top, right side below, the initially transformer start with this keyword called start. Like as you can, now you are starting, you have to now convert it into this one, start. At the start you can see at the beginning there is no such letter is available, because you need to predict the first particular letter called j in French is I. So it need to convert. So at the beginning there is nothing. Add position to into position one, there is still nothing. Context to the first position, no future word is allowed, because there is no, nothing has come, it is just started. Now it try to decode, where from where it can decode. it is a cross attention. It now go into this one, that deep contextual understanding is there. It try to find, okay, I love cat is there, and I see the position, everything is now visible to it. Now I is the one which is the first one, love is the second one, J is the third one. So it gives a priority for the positioning. So J is getting high score, than lay, than the chat is getting a low score at the first iteration. Then it identified, okay, out of these three, as J is the top one, as I told, softmax is nothing but just to give the take the probability and give the right output. If the J is the right one, so J will be coming first. Then you can see repeat nx means what? As I told, this block is repeating n times. So J is there. Now if I repeat here again, now here it is already with the J. J is already there. Understanding decoder memory to identify J and I are already similar. I have already done. But what will be my next word? So this way, the next word prediction will come. I may, less, cats will come one after another. This is something like internally is happening so fast, so rapidly. Transformer is doing the process internally, and you are seeing a streaming of what? First J, then immediately JMA, then immediately less cat. Sometimes you have seen in ChatGPT also the word, if whatever it is typing, sometimes it go a little bit backward and put apostrophe and go ahead. Why it is happening? Because it try to understand, okay, this sentence need to little bit of adjust in the word, and I need to put grammatically correct syntax. So that is what is going to happen in the transformer. So this example also shows, whenever I start with I love cat, where the position of that particular word will be there in the translating word, when it comes, what after which particular letter it will come, it all goes in a sequence, and it will generate that whatever the desired output is. It's all about that creating that context and passing it to the next level and generating that output. That is what is going to happen in the entire transformer. Okay,
Got it. Thank you, Mahesh.
great. Now before that, this is okay, before prompt engineering, I'll go here. The transformer, this left side is a
Mahesh,
node. Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. Just make sure about the timing.
Yeah. Just I'll close this one. Then tomorrow we'll have the prompt engineering. Just this is already done. Just 1-2 minutes is needed. The
No
left
problem.
hand side block is a well-known Google architecture, right? If you have seen, NX means what? As I told, can anyone tell me what this NX means? N times repeating, because your sentence or word is not a single word, not a single sentence, multiple things are there. So you can see, right, input, go to the input, check embeddings, go to the positional encoder, and you can see the color, how well the colors are managed by this Google engineer when they produce the first time this architecture. The attentions are this. Attention means which words, which phrases, which context I need to give an attention to generate my next word. Feed forward means to continue the discussion. Add and normalization, 2 times, 3 times. You remember, 2 times here, 3 times here. What it is doing? CPN. That means cleaning, pre-processing, and N means removing the noise. Okay. Then it will go to the linear one to check one after another. Then it find the probabilities, and output the probabilities is nothing but your entire result. So here I have already given this diagram which talks about your block, input embeddings, what it takes words, what it action, it will convert into number, and your outcome is a word vector. Then it go to the positional encoding, this word vector will come here. It will add the position of that particular vector, means the token, just remember in this way, and you will get a position aware vector. Then position aware vector go to the multi-head, and then what it takes and what is the action and what is the output. The same way, if you can go through and remember this block, this is the several ways. Actually, basically what we learned today is several ways to learn that each of these entire blocks performing, each of this entire block action item with some example. Try to engulf it very well. Make sure you are aware of what are the things are there. Then tomorrow, the very first thing I'll start with asking 3-4 basic interview questions on transformers, and you need to answer it immediately. Did you understand this, everyone?
Yes, Mahesh.
Okay. Okay. Then thank you. Let's wait for today. You go through it again and again. And tomorrow we'll start with the prompt engineering, but we will have some interview questions on the transformers.
Mahesh, probably one quick question I have. Maybe I
Yeah.
would have missed something. Yeah. So you said CNP, and we have the cleaning process happen multiple times,
Yes.
right? So is there any specific logic like do this process after completing the particular session kind of thing? Let us say one user is accepted the output instead of giving the prompts again and again. So are there
That,
any such scenarios?
yeah, that will be a different context. One is, suppose I got a final output, and then suppose in a chat GPT you got an answer. Today you are not satisfied with the answer. What do you do?
You
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying today chat GPT you ask a question, you are not satisfied. What do you do?
We will ask
I'll
again, right?
continue with prompting the additional details.
That is what and how ChatGPT responded you back. Oh, I apologize. Great question. Great deal. So this kind of articulation is also there. It's another level of normalization that does. But inside that block, right? Inside that particular statement, whether it is a new prompt or the old prompt that you have already mentioned, that time inside it, before understanding your context, it need to normalize. During the processing of your output also it need to normalize and give you a presentable answer. That is what the intention of this entire whatever the LLM you talk about, whether it is chat gpt, gemini, all follow the same principle of transform. So normalize at each stage, while finding the attention, while finding the feed forward, then definitely it need to perform this. Otherwise the responses will be clumsy. The memory, like whatever the candidate has inserted the topic to understand or comprehend that particular statement, will be clumsy, and the output will not be suitable for the end user. So that is why this particular architecture is a proven, and that is what everyone, we are following this, like for their LLM building, SLM building, whatever the people are doing. So this is the backbone now. Okay. Hello.
Mhm.
You understood that fact?
Yes, Mahesh, thank you.
Yes. So, team, again, I'm repeating, this is one of the most interesting and difficult topic that generally people say, but every interviewer love to ask this kind of a questions. So tomorrow is a big interesting things. I'll ask some of the interview questions, whatever that understanding that you have now. Let us see that you understood this or not. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you
And
so
Mahesh,
much.
I believe the recordings are getting shared, but not the PPT. Is it possible to share the PPT as well for today? Can you please ask admin
Okay,
on
I'll
this?
ask that. And because I thought about generative AI something like till that prompt engineering is not covered. I love that people have a free mind, because the moment I'll share, the point is you no need to jump and chime into that one, otherwise you will lose the track. But as you mentioned, definitely I'll ask admin to share till today's whatever the last slide we discussed. Okay, up to that, because
Thank you.
after prompt only it is getting shared. But anyway, as you mentioned, I will share till that time, like whatever we have understood, that transformers, the same slide wherever we ended. Okay.